I'm here with Elliott Masie, chair of the Learning Collaborative, Broadway producer, learning guru, and probably a dozen other things, if not 100 other things. Elliott will be presenting at the I4CP conference, the 2022 Next Practices Now conference in March. I'm really looking forward to being back in person and seeing you in person, Elliott. And he'll be taking a future-focused look at learning, readiness, and talent. On that note, Elliott, so you're many things, but one thing I know of you that you're not is someone who really dwells in the past. So what do you tell CLOs that they need to be doing now or in the near future to, well, I guess, face the future?
Well, I think you start with deciding whether or not you're going to live in the past. And look, there's powerful stories, history, for some people, regrets, accomplishments, interruptions. It's a time to move forward. It's a time to look towards the future with an empathy feature, which is to be empathetic that some people are more ready than others to face the future in a positive way. The key, though, to facing the future is to realize that not only are we hopefully coming out of a pandemic stage, but we are already in the midst of an amazing innovation stage. And the future is a canvas and a matrix and a archaeology for us to be innovative in the talent and learning field.
Well said. So I4CP research on workforce readiness shows the vast majority of companies feel they don't have the skills on hand to compete even now, but certainly not in the future. And yet, that same research shows that very few have a solid understanding of their existing workforce's skills. How can they close that skill gap, whether real or imagined?
We need to go from the world of taxi cabs to Uber, from the world of traditional housing to where Airbnb is, to go to the world of where you applied for a college with a 40-page print application to now online. Part of our digital transformation is to stop thinking about a job and bluntly, don't even think about a career. Think about the skills that you have for what you're doing now. And this is the most important thing, the skills that you have to do the next thing that you've never done before. And if we shift to a skills focus, I really believe that we're going to have a more content, a more stable, and a healthier relationship to our workforce, and for them to have a healthier relationship to their future careers.
And again, in terms of employee relationships and skill sets, so employee onboarding, of course, has undergone massive upheaval during the pandemic, obviously a shift to remote in most cases. What have you seen work well? What needs to be improved to get workers up to full productivity quickly?
Let's not think of onboarding as a training session. Let's not think about it as a PowerPoint. Let's not think of it as an indoctrination. Let's think about it as a welcome. Let's think about it as an archaeology that somebody can go to. And let's move away of thinking about it as an event and turn it into a process. The reality is the goal of onboarding is to validate the individual's decision to join the organization, and then to start to build the connective gossamer threads between that person, their peers, their supervisors, even maybe their mentors in that. And that doesn't happen as a download or clicking a PowerPoint slide. It happens by embracing the reality of a new person who brings talent and who brings opportunity for the organization and themselves.
I guess just final question for you in this short interview. As you look to the future, what's your greatest caution to learning leaders or perhaps business leaders that they aren't thinking about?
Do not prescribe learning that you wouldn't go to yourself. One of the most interesting things is you get a senior leader and you go, well, that's a really interesting 4-day leadership program that we're doing that you told us to do. Can you come to it? No. Do you have something shorter? Do you have something faster? We need to remember that they are us, that they have a shifting set of learning needs, requirements, habits, and we ought to map to the reality, the user interface, the user design of what our employees want, and then to realize that not everybody is the same. For many people, their onboarding ought to happen 4 months after they start to work. And we need to go away from a one-size-fits-all broadcast model to really a more intensive, data-driven, and empathy-rich relationship with our new colleagues.
Yeah, well said, Elliott. I always like your guidance and look forward to hearing you on stage where you'll go deeper into some of these concepts. So thank you so much, Elliott, and I look forward to seeing you next month.
I am so excited. I4CP is an organization that I've been affiliated with and really turn to for both data research perspectives and, most importantly, colleague to colleague connections. So I look forward to seeing you at the conference.